Yo, what's the deal, Playboys? Got my shooters here with me, man.
Let's get it.
Top left, I got my boy D-Ball. Bottom left, I got my boy Charles. And bottom right, the newcomer, JT Jermaine. What's the deal, boys?
What's going on?
Oh, man, it ain't nothing, man. Just contemplating how we're going to, what we're going to see in game 6. You know what I mean? And
for the records.
Yeah, but let's start off controversial because that's how I like to do it. And I'm gonna let the newcomer start off, and then everybody else kind of take their place. So JT, before we even go down the Miami Heat on Lakers game, give me a Mount Rushmore. Give me a top 5. Give me a top 5. So everybody know where you stand.
Where I stand, MJ.
And don't take nothing back because we was on the court.
No, I'm not gonna take nothing back. I'm gonna give you 4. I'm gonna give you 4 off the rip. MJ, okay. Magic.
In order? In order? Is this in order?
Yeah, it's not in that order.
Okay.
Just the top 5.
Okay.
MJ, Magic, Hakeem, Kobe, and Kareem.
Anybody got anything to say about that?
Like I said, I've always said it. Numbers 3 through 8, you can argue about, and that's another point right here. See, another person.
Okay,
3 to 8.
So you can't put Hakeem on there. I love Hakeem.
That's exactly what I said.
Okay, wait.
You my boy, man.
Wait,
you my boy.
I gotta tell. I know, Jermaine, you're a newcomer and stuff like that. I respect you coming. You can't come with a Hakeem.
How do you defend Hakeem?
That's what I need.
And he told me how, so I'm gonna let him do it.
Here's my explanation to that, right? So when, as I explained earlier, when you talk about your Mount Rushmore, it's impact, right? It's the influence that they have on the game. Right now, the league, a lot of players in the league base their game off of Hakeem Olajuwon.
Okay.
So therefore, how can you not? His impact, his influence is major.
Okay.
He only has 2 championships, though.
I'm not. So you got to eliminate the ring talk, right? It's really impact.
Eliminate the ring.
You have to. You have to, because it get convoluted when you start bringing in the rings. You got people out there who got rings, but they don't have the impact. You got people out there that just were part of teams that would not contribute.
Preach.
Well, with that argument, then, Jermaine, what you're saying is like somebody like Allen Iverson, because a lot of things that Allen Iverson is doing.
I would argue Allen Iverson, yes.
In the top 5.
I wouldn't put him in my top 5, but I'm saying I would definitely understand if somebody said, influential, AI, he's on the list. I wouldn't have a real gripe.
So if I was to say that, let's take out Hakeem and put in Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, you'd say no.
He already had him in top 5.
Okay, so then you take out Hakeem and you put Shaquille O'Neal, you'd say no. Hakeem was a better player than Shaquille O'Neal.
Under my standards, like I said, I'm basing off of influence of the game. That's where I'm going with it. It's the impact of the
Diesel.
Game. Huh?
Who's more influential than the Diesel, dog?
Man, I mean, Shaq is Shaq. I'm not taking. You will never hear me argue against Shaq. Point blank. Period. I'm not going there. But that's not my top 5 pick. We talking about me.
Okay. All right, D-Ball, hit me with your 5.
Preach. Yo, my statement's looking truer and truer every day.
What statement is that? Wait, what?
3 through 8 is interchangeable. All them players are about the same level. But you go ahead, man. Go ahead. I want to argue with you. I don't want to argue with you, bro.
MJ, Kareem, and now Charles has somewhat of a point. Now you get to number 3. LeBron's going to be somewhere in the top 5, and Kobe's going to be underneath LeBron.
You got Kobe in your top 5?
I said he's underneath LeBron.
Okay.
And we're going to go.
Did you say Magic?
LeBron's better than Magic Johnson, bro. I'm sorry. So,
Magic has 5, right?
Yeah, I just want to ask a question when you finish.
No,
You you're getting stumped out there, D.
I'm stumped because I'm still
man up, bro. Man up.
I'm reeling from that last top 5. I'm still reeling. I'm trying to still bearings from that.
Okay, so since it takes so long,
go ahead, Charles.
Recap what you got. Recap what you got.
I gave you the top 3, which is MJ, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar,
and Matt Johnson.
No, he said LeBron.
And LeBron James. Okay. I got those 3 on top 3.
Okay.
So
but you're saying the rest of the 2, the 4th person could be anybody, you know?
I mean, a 4th person, I think you can start arguing whoever it could be 4 or 5 and stuff like that, 6. So Charles is saying 3 through 8, and I'm saying 4 through 7 can be argued very easily, in my opinion.
Not that I want you to change any of your pick, but I'm curious of how you put LeBron over Magic when his game is imitated after his.
Because everyone would know, if you watch Magic Johnson play, you watch LeBron James play, LeBron has 10 times better defense than Magic Johnson. So you're talking about as an overall player, yes, Magic Johnson is he was beautiful to watch on the break, but Magic Johnson couldn't defend out of a paper bag as LeBron could do. And LeBron, as much as I don't like him, he's like a Swiss Army knife. He does a lot of things on a very, very, very high level. Even though he may not even be great at any one thing, but he's really, really good at 6 things. That to me is something on a basketball court. He's interchangeable. You put him in a court, he's gonna fit into any system, in my opinion.
Dog, go ahead.
Top 5.
Yeah.
Not in any order, but the number 1 and 2. Number 1 and 2 is solid. MJ and Kareem. Sorry, D-Ball. Sorry, D-Ball.
I told you I'm gonna push back on this Kareem thing.
MJ and Kareem.
Okay, so we're in agreement.
1 and 2. I don't think anybody's career is touching those 2 when you pull it out and you start talking about career.
So I'm going to disagree. Like I said, based on my research.
Can I finish my top? Can I finish my top before you start slicing and dicing?
Yeah,
Can you get the whole meal first before you start criticizing?
Yeah, brother.
All right. My next 3 is Magic, Bird, and LeBron.
So you got LeBron in your top 5.
For now. For now.
Magic, Bird, and LeBron.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna go with Jordan, Kareem for now, but you know, again, not in any particular order. I got Magic, I got Tim Duncan, and then I got Shaquille O'Neal.
Don't see how you got Tim Duncan.
Tim Duncan got 5 rings.
I really don't see how you put Tim Duncan name in this conversation. I really don't.
5 rings.
He's never led anything statistically. Never. How you put him in this conversation? How you put him in this conversation?
He's one of the top rebounders and shot blockers of all time. What are you talking about?
Has he ever led the league in rebounding?
He probably did.
Shot blocking?
He probably did. I would have to research that.
We on computers, bro.
All right, so you get a drift of our personalities based off of our top 5. So let's get into it, man. I really want to ask this question because we didn't even talk about this in the chat. Why do you think these ratings are so low? Because apparently they're really low, and obviously the Heat is one of the cause. But give me another reason why you think the ratings are really low.
I personally think that the ratings are low due to the fact that everybody just counted LA as the win. There's no reason to watch it. It's like, why would I watch that?
Should have been an automatic sweep, right?
Exactly.
Automatic sweep. But what happened?
Yo, get this sweep thing out of your mind, bro.
This nonsense.
Get this nonsense going out of your mind, bro.
Should have been a sweep. Should have had a parade in LA already.
I gave Miami 1 game. I definitely gave them 1 game. I didn't give them 2. But it looked like they should be leading the series right now, 3-2.
Whoa! I don't see that at all.
You don't remember the last second shot made by AD?
I mean, I don't.
You don't remember that?
I don't see that at all. D-ball.
You don't remember that?
I remember
that was Denver. Wasn't that Denver game?
No, that was game 4.
No.
That was game through.
Yeah, wasn't that
was
Miami?
game 4.
No, that was Denver.
No, it wasn't.
Every
18
time
Okay, then
the
my bad.
Lakers,
Then my
every time
bad.
the
I
Lakers
regress.
beat the Heat, they beat them by like 7 or 11 or
Okay,
something like that.
my bad.
But I know
My
where you're
bad.
going. I know you're going. I think I agree with Jermaine and Charles. I think that when the Heat, I used to live in Florida, stuff like that. The Heat is a small little franchise that, everybody in Miami likes them, but nobody really loved the Heat all over the world unless Dwayne Wade and LeBron James and Chris Bosh were there. But as soon as they left, I mean, the Heat's such a small market. It's not really a big deal. And there's no top 5 player on that other squad. So
I think that's
no top 15 player.
Right. So, I mean, Jimmy Butler's playing out of his mind, but at the same time, he's that big of a draw. And I'm actually surprised at what he's doing.
I think after that first big game, he's playing out of his mind. But right now, I think he's playing at his level. 2 huge triple doubles have shown that he deserves a spot in the NBA Finals.
I'm not saying he don't, but my whole thing is you have LeBron James on the other side of the court. Why hasn't LeBron overshadowed Jimmy Butler?
Yes.
See, there goes that hate again.
So let me get this straight. Who has 2 triple doubles in wins? LeBron or Jimmy?
Hey, that's valid.
Okay.
Who is playing with their? Actually, Jimmy is the second lead scorer on the team. So the first leading scorer is out injured.
No,
Bam missed.
This is the number 1 scorer on this team.
No, for the playoffs, it's been Goran Dragic. He's been leading the team in scoring.
Yeah, he has.
And Bam, he missed 2 games?
Yeah.
And it went 1 and 2. They split those 2 games. Come on, man. This series should have been over.
I mean, listen, guys. I look. LeBron is definitely not going up against anybody historic, but at the same time, they've proven they beat the number 1 team in all the NBA. They beat them in 5 games, so they're good enough.
And did anybody here think that Milwaukee Bucks was a trailblazer? Anybody here was worried about Milwaukee Bucks? I'm just saying.
We wanted to see the Giannis and Bron go head to head. I think people will watch, even though Milwaukee's a small market. You wanted to see Giannis go head to head with Bron.
I didn't think he could get out the East, personally.
Well,
I thought it was going to be very difficult for him to get out of there.
He didn't.
And it's going to be like that for the rest of his career. He's going to need a different kind of player. He's more of a second option than the first option.
Had Boston won, people would, I think, more ratings because Boston's a bigger market too, and they got a lot of good players on there, so it'd be a good matchup. They would have watched it more. But other than that,
it could also be because Florida is feeling the effects of the hurricane the last 2 weeks.
You think Boston would have been a better matchup with LA?
Well, for ratings, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Kemba Walker, the names on that squad, Brown, the young light-skinned
Tatum.
Yeah, I mean, I think those names would have drawn people in. And Boston has a huge following. You know what I'm saying? The Boston Celtics and going against Lakers. Boston Lakers, people watching it. You know what I'm saying?
That's the rivalry.
Yeah. So all right. So at the same time, man, so what do we think about AD? Because AD is clearly, to me, the best player on that team. LeBron, JT, hear me out. LeBron is the most important player on that team, no question about that. But I think the best skill-wise player on that team is Anthony Davis. You know what I mean? But he is very brittle. I mean, this dude's falling apart.
Got to stay on his feet.
I mean, he can't. His Achilles or his heel or something.
I think they said his knee. I think he said his knee today.
So
I thought it was his ankle, but apparently it's his knee.
Man, leave Mr. Glass alone, man. Leave Mr. Glass alone, man. He's
without his presence on the court, that championship is questionable now.
Yeah,
I guarantee if he don't play tomorrow, right? If he don't play tomorrow,
they lose.
They lose.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into the big deal questions now. Last minute, LeBron has the ball in his hand, drives down the court, right? So I think Anthony Davis was coming in from the weak side baseline. Did not see him or did not want to hit him. Either one. He did have 2 to 3 players around him, but he opted to kick out to Danny Green. Should he have taken that shot? Or should he have forced it? Or should he have, or did he make the right play by passing it? D-ball.
I watched it over, and I'm not trying to like jock LeBron. I'm not. But when I watched it over, when he went up, because I watched it over and over. When he went up to go up, he was in a bad position to shoot a shot. He was. And then I thought about, I watched it over and over, and I looked, and I think the quarter before, there was a point where he was almost in the same spot. AD was almost in the same position, and he made a pass to AD.
And it got stolen.
Yeah. With that knowledge, watching where he was at, the kick out to me to a wide open 3-point shooter where no one was around him within 8 feet is not a choke pass. It's a pass that you make because you want to win the game. I'm just saying it looked, if you freeze it, it looks like, oh, he's in a good position to shoot. You got to watch it in real time. When he's making the pass, he's almost behind the backboard by that time. He's drawn everything to him, and he kicks out to a wide open shooter. And they get the rebound. Because everybody's condensed. So not only did you create that shot, you created the fact that you got the rebound. It's all in the order next to you. That's not his fault. But that's just my opinion.
All right, dog. So what do you think about him jumping, you know, the old adage of leaving the floor and passing the ball? You know what I mean? If you're going to jump and go towards the rim, finish at the rim. Dog, what do you think about that?
Everybody knows that it's fundamentally sound. According to D-Ball and Sheldon, he's the most skilled player in basketball. Why doesn't he know that? Huh? Because you know why? He only got 2 moves. Go to the basket strong or power dribble, step back to the left, jump, pull up, jump shot. That's the only 2 moves he got. If he wasn't 6'9", 260, I don't know what he'll do. I really don't. God has blessed him with that size. I really don't know. To me, he's never been the most skilled player. Never been worried about his game. I don't think I've ever heard a kid say, I'm LeBron on the court. You know, everybody else coming up saying, yo, I'm Steph. I'm Giannis. I'm James Harden.
Hey,
I ain't never.
A bunch of gibberish and lies. Stop your lies, bro.
Nobody wants to be LeBron James because he only got 2 moves.
What'd you see at that last play? What did you see the last play? Well, how'd you break it down?
Me personally, win or lose, I'm taking that last shot. I think he should have took the last shot. I don't think the pass was a choke. It's a good pass, you know. That looking at LeBron over his career, that's within his game. So it didn't raise an eyebrow to see him do that. But you know, I would have either took the shot or put it close to the basket for AD. That's my opinion. I don't think it was a bad pass overall. It was a missed shot. They got the rebound. They should have capitalized.
Is there a chance that he didn't want to go to the free throw line? Do you think that creeped up anywhere?
I mean, well, he's known to miss a couple of free throws. So, you know, I don't know what was going through his head. You know, all game, the entire game, he's been taking that same exact shot. So
he was hot
I don't know why, you know, passed at that point. But that's the same pass he did when he lost in Cleveland before he left the first time.
So, here's my thing. And I was talking to D-Ball about this a little bit before we started the podcast. So LeBron did not choke, you know, making that pass, but he didn't close the game either. So he's basically straddling the fences, meaning he could let somebody else close the game, you know what I mean? But he made sure the door wasn't all the way closed. You know what I mean? So he didn't choke, but he didn't close the door either. What do you guys think about that?
How many players on your top 5 is passing that ball? How about that?
He did have 3 players around him, to be honest.
I don't care if it's 6 players. I don't care if he got 6 players on the court. How many of your guys' top 5 players are passing that ball in that situation and not going to their go-to move?
So I'm gonna put it in a different way. I don't know how many people can go to the rim and be able to pass that ball on point to a wide open person. That's actually a skill.
Yeah, so wide open, he airballed it, right?
He ain't airball. He ain't airball.
He ain't airball it?
No,
Oh, he hit the rim.
Hit the
Hit the
rim.
rim, bro. Hit the rim. Stop it, bro. Stop it. But anyway,
Trash.
so
Wait, Charles, what'd you say? He's
Trash. Trash. You take that shot, bro. You take your shot. You go, if you're going to the right, you better have some kind of plan to going to the right.
That's strong.
It shouldn't just be, okay, you know what, draw and kick. Nah. You
Listen,
are the king. You are the king. Can you show me?
Listen, I just want to mention something about the kids on the court, and I understand that maybe it's not popular, but sometimes you don't have to be popular to be good. Statistically, if we're just talking everything, take statistically, he owns a lot of records that guys like Steph, that you say, hey, I want to be Steph. He owns records that Steph doesn't have, like assists and points and stuff like that. So even though people are saying, oh, I don't want to be him, like statistically, he is a dominant player. So for me to sit back and be like one of the most dominant players in the NBA ever, statistically, decides to do something, for me to be like, oh no, he should have done that. He's been doing something right for a long time. So he
hasn't been closing a lot of doors. I will say that there hasn't been like he put the nail on it. He slammed the door shut. It hasn't been a lot of that in his career. I will say
again, has he made more shots at the end of games than Kobe Bryant? And everybody says Kobe's a closer, but statistically, he's made more shots to end games than Kobe Bryant. That's a fact.
Over the course.
I mean, you can't make it up. So say what?
That's a good point, JT. We talked about that. Go ahead, JT. Talk about what we talked about.
So I mean, you look at the time frame. I mean, eventually he's going to pass everybody. If you play for the next 5 years, he's going to pass. He's going to have more titles or more stats that you can add to. But look at how long it took him to do that. That has to be a fact. You got to count that in.
How long has LeBron been in the league?
17 years. 17
years.
Right.
Kobe retired after 20 years.
Okay.
And right now, he's more than Kobe. He's rebounded more than Kobe. And he's got more assists than Kobe. So Kobe has 4 years on him. And I love Kobe. I'm just saying statistically, you can't say that if he's got 4 years and he's passed on and he's already passed them. That means that he's way better than him. And I love Kobe Bryant. I'm telling you.
He's not way better than Kobe.
I said statistically, if you're just going by that. Because you said years in the league, you have to be fair.
How many
20 years in there.
How many games has LeBron missed overall? How many seasons, better yet?
None.
How many seasons has LeBron missed?
None.
How many has Kobe missed?
1.5.
I mean, that's splicing hairs a little bit. I get it, but the point still being, Kobe's not passing the ball, so of course he's gonna have more assists than Kobe. I'm not gonna debate that.
True, that's a good point.
And Kobe's the scorer then too, right?
He's a scorer, definitely.
But he didn't score more than LeBron. Why? 4 years more. Played 4 years more. He didn't score more. Why? He's a scorer.
Okay, how about this statistic for you, right?
This is just a statistics.
I got one for you. You pair Kobe Bryant up with great talent. Guess what's gonna happen?
Oh my gosh.
Gonna win a championship.
Hey, let me throw this out there real quick. Yeah, he has LeBron. Again, I don't want to argue his record because he earned it, but there's like almost every postseason to every game, every team he's been on. It's bring the small guy to me, clear out, and let me back him down. That's I mean, anybody with that size should be having those numbers when you playing that kind of offense.
Okay.
That's padded. I mean, for me, that's padded numbers. You get the ball come off the rim. You got people around the rim to get the ball. No, the other team is not coming up to rebound. They let the ball bounce. LeBron go get it. Padded numbers. I mean, I'm seeing this. It doesn't take me to look at statistics to see.
You're not the only one seeing it, bro. You're not the only one seeing it.
Well, so I don't want to jump on LeBron, but I think JT has a valid point. So if you break it down by ratio, the amount of attempts LeBron had at winning a championship, and he only came away so far with 3, is pretty sad. I mean, this whole again, Jordan, we never even talked about these stats. 10 straight times to the Eastern Conference Finals. I mean, that's such a bullshit stat. That's a bullshit stat. Who I mean, the objective is to play to win, not to play to show up. Like, oh, he got 10 straight showings at the Eastern Conference Finals. Who cares?
I'm mad at you guys for making me defend LeBron this whole podcast.
No, you're not. You're doing a good job at it.
No,
So
I just realized I'm getting physically ill. I'm having to defend
natural
LeBron,
for you.
and it's your guys' fault. 1, 2, 3 are making me defend LeBron.
No. Listen, I'm fair. I'm fair about this, but LeBron, listen, how many finals has he gone to? He's gone to
10.
a lot.
10.
Oh, it's crazy, and he's only won 3.
That's a bad average.
That's a bad average, bro.
No, it's not. It's horrible. It's horrible.
If that was a bad average, he probably wouldn't get the contract.
I agree. I agree.
I will excuse him from 2 though. 2 of them I will excuse him from.
Which 2 is this?
The first one versus the Spurs.
Why?
Spurs had a dominating team. I expected them to dominate that series. That was one of the worst teams also to reach the finals.
Was that when he was in Cleveland?
Yeah.
That was a bad team. Zilgauskas and stuff like that. Let's be real. I mean, come on.
And
they're not gonna win.
And the second one was when Kyrie and Kevin Love got hurt. I'll excuse them for those.
I don't excuse that because again, they still pushed it to a game 6, so they were still good enough to win something. You know what I mean?
If anything, to me, that's what made LeBron a better player. Seeing him push it to game 7.
I actually applaud LeBron going to the West because out of the East, I think he could have gone to the finals every year. There's nothing coming out of the East, nothing. So I kind of give him credit for going to West and show that he can still do it out there.
Yeah, but the West crumbled, and it just so happened that the East looked a little bit stronger to me this year, just by the eye test. Just by the eye test, I thought the East was just a little bit stronger than the West, but that's neither here or there. One more thing. One more thing. So we talked about LeBron. I want to ask one more thing about LeBron, and we want to be objective about it. We got about 5 minutes left. What will it take, dog? What will it take to pass Michael Jordan? LeBron. What would you like to see before you give him the crown, the greatest of all time?
For LeBron to pass Michael Jordan,
yeah,
God would have to come down and delete the memory of Michael Jordan from each and every person's memory. Delete him off the face of existence. Okay. That's the only way.
JT, what will it take from LeBron? I mean, he's still playing. I mean, he could potentially still win championships. What will it take for you to give him that credit?
There's nothing he can do to pass Jordan. Not only because I would like to try to remove the fact that I'm a Jordan fan, but just off the point of LeBron and Jordan, there's no way he's going to do it. I mean, his chance has already passed to me.
Now, is it so? Is it because Jordan is 6-0, or let's say if LeBron gets 7?
Killer instinct, undefeated in the championship. Mm-hmm. I mean, finesse. It goes on. Defense, offense. It goes on.
Sometimes I make things a little joking or whatever, but just to be serious, look at the stats: scoring titles, killer instinct, clutch gene, the way he moved, the way people talk about how bad this man was to go up against them and how intimidating it was. Like, that wasn't just the old guys in the short shorts. It was the younger guys with the long shorts also saying the same exact thing from 1992 up until 1996. Those guys all felt what it meant to play against Michael Jordan.
Don't make them mad.
Exactly.
Give me exact criteria what you like to see before you crown him the king, or there's nothing he can do.
There's zero that he can do.
Wow.
We're talking about 2 3-peats back to back. That's Jordan. He's not going to do that. LeBron's not going to do it, and he's taken too many losses in the finals already.
What about three different teams to 3 different titles?
I don't care. 2 3-peats, and arguably could have went for a 4-peat. You know what I'm saying? So that there's nothing. LeBron has lost. You guys are right. Jermaine and Charles are right. I mean, I got to tell them when they're right, you're right. He's lost too many times in the finals for me to say he's going to be better than Jordan when Jordan's 6-0. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen.
The best he could do is 3-peat right now with the Lakers and be maybe second or third, solidify second and third.
And we all know that's not going to happen.
Yeah. So I do want to push back a little bit on your top 5 D ball, because I do think Magic Johnson still is a little bit better than LeBron. With 5 rings, the leadership, the killer mentality. LeBron got him by numbers, don't get me wrong. Shit, Vince Carter's more athletic than Magic Johnson, but I wouldn't pick him over Magic.
My thought process is at their highest high, I look at them at their highest high, their best year ever. And and then you compare people. That's what I try to do. So Tim Duncan, whoever, their best year ever, Shaq's best year ever against Hakeem's best year ever. I try to line them up and see how dominant were these guys. And that's what I look at. And when I look at Magic, his best year ever, I don't think it's better than LeBron's.
Even though he jumped center and won the championship at 20?
Like I said, the only reason why I don't like, he wasn't very good. He wasn't the main guy. He played like that for a little bit, but he wasn't the main guy. He wasn't like that all year. He wasn't.
Okay.
And again, you guys are forcing me to jock LeBron again. So stop. I don't know. Ask me no more LeBron questions, man.
You're being real natural with it, though.
All right, guys, that was our first podcast, and we got it out. You know our personalities. I want you guys to like, subscribe, come back for deep content. Before we go, Game 6, who you got? And then we out. D-Ball, who you got? Game 6.
Close out Lakers. It's over.
Dog, who you got? Game 6.
Lakers.
JT, who you got?
Lakers, man.
By the way, I told you I got the Heat winning the championship. Stick with me, and you're going to ride to the championship, because these guys, they all know what they're talking about. I got Heat Game 6 and close them out in Game 7. And we out. JT, Charles, D-Ball, we out.
See, fellas.
Got them Lakers.